After a recent DLC announcement, and their track record of generally poor quality add-ons, I've come to the realisation that Skyhook Games is kind of like the Liverpool equivalent of Rivet Games. On the night of December 5th, 2023, I found out, from a video uploaded by the Train Guy 4, that they announced a new add-on for Train Sim World 4, over which, to be honest, I got very angry. But the anger is not baseless. What they announced is just a pack of payware reskins for a sodding wagon, not even a locomotive or multiple units. I was sitting there in sheer disbelief when I saw the announcement of this add-on. Has Skyhook not cared to learn anything from that stupid Arosa Aggregates pack that Rivet Games released less than 3 weeks ago? Why do we keep seeing developers make these ridiculous payware reskin packs that no one asked for? Referring to them as gameplay packs is just a case of putting lipstick on a pig. For reference, Skyhook hasn't got the best track record when it comes to the quality of their TSW add-ons. I refuse to buy Cane Creek and Horseshoe Curve because A, I don't really care for US routes focused solely on heavy freight trains, and B, I saw that Cane Creek was a very slow route made worse by its poor quality. As for the Deutsche Bahn BR187 electric locomotive, I never bought that thing because of her terrible reused sounds and my lack of interest in the real thing. The only Skyhook Games product I've got in this game is the Midland Main Line, Leicester to Derby and Nottingham route, but this too had a disastrous release, and I waited until after it received a big update before buying it. Although the route isn't awful, the section we got in TSW is simply way too short for the Class 43 Intercity 125. This gameplay pack that Skyhook announced, called Cargo Line Part 1 Petroleum. Wait, there's going to be multiple parts of this? Oh dear God! Anyway, this includes next to no rolling stock, just 5 basic reskins for the TEA tanker wagon. The elephant in the room, apart from the developers seemingly thinking that we are absolute mugs who will buy anything they release, as if we had no standards, is that we already have the TEA tanker wagon in TSW. It first appeared in the BR Heavy Freight pack for the Northern Trans-Pennine route, and that pack still presents decent value for money because it includes 2 locomotives, the Class 08 Gronk and Class 40 Whistler. That's something I've noticed with every single one of these farcical gameplay packs / loco add-on bundles, or whatever they want to call them. They all include reskins of rolling stock that we already have in the game, and very little of anything else. Besides the 5 reskins for the TEA tankers, Skyhook is also including 2 scenarios and 8 timetable mode services each for Great Western Express and the Midland Main Line. At the time of uploading, we don't even know the price of this Cargo Line Part 1 thing. That's very suspicious if you ask me, and at least the price of Rivet's Arosa Aggregates pack was announced alongside the add-on itself, but it doesn't excuse the atrocious quality of that pack at all. Given how greedy the TSW developers can often be, I wouldn't be surprised if this cargo line nonsense will cost £10 at full price, which would be nothing short of disgusting. Why do the devs keep charging such absurdly high prices for so little content, and why are packs like Cargo Line Part 1 not released as free updates? Why have Skyhook hidden the add-on's price from the promotional material? Is it because they're trying to save face or something? In the pre-release promotional article on their website, Skyhook proudly boasts about livery designer and scenario planner support for the TEA wagons, as if it were a brand new invention that they came up with, when it has actually been included with TSW as standard since August 2020. It seems to me like they're trying desperately hard to think of any remotely impressive things to say about this pack. And come to think of it, the liveries they're trying to sell could just as easily be made by players and downloaded for free on the Creators Club. Apparently, there are alterations to the model to depict some detail differences between the different TEA liveries, but that is still not enough to make this pack worthy of being payware. What Skyhook should have done was add a UK freight locomotive that we don't have in TSW yet. Examples include the Class 57, which is really just a Class 47 rebuilt with an EMD prime mover, then the Class 59, Class 60, Class 67, Class 68, and a Class 70. If they included any of those locomotives, it would actually make Cargo Line worth buying. So why is it apparently too much to ask to get more locomotives in the game where and when it makes sense to add them? Currently, we only have one modern UK freight locomotive in Train Sim World. Only one. And that's the criminally overused Class 66, which isn't even a British-built product, it's EMD. As if the general lack of modern UK freight locomotives in the game wasn't bad enough, we only have two liveries for the 66, DB Schenker and EWS, with the EWS one having been recycled and resold so many times that it's not funny. Rivet Games are working on a blasted gameplay pack for Edinburgh to Glasgow that adds two new liveries for the Class 66, but from what I was told, their rendition of 66587 in her pink Ocean Network Express livery has so many basic inaccuracies, and it's insulting to see Rivet displaying such a blatant lack of respect for the source material. What's worse is that, apparently, Skyhook is rehashing the 66 again for Cargo Line. It just feels like they're taking the piss at this point, and I've had enough of it. Again, why is it too much to ask to get a locomotive that's actually new to the game? If, like me, you actually have high standards on what you consider good or bad products, then do not buy Cargo Line Part 1, or any other stupid gameplay packs that the developers announce in future. We need to send a message to these people that we will not stand for half-assed crap like these gameplay packs, and that it is not okay for them to keep ripping people off on these low-quality packs that offer little to no value for money. Sadly, trying to make as much money as possible with as little effort as possible is all these developers ever seem to care about these days.